Yeah, I did. I would get that criticism, and as would Norm, as an African American from his community, and so it made for a lot of interesting discussions we would have. And there was a time when Louis Farrakhan was doing some things, and I remember working on a speech for Norm, talking about that, and there was a lot of controversy in the community on that. I remember that very specifically. You just have to have a thick skin and remember why you're doing it, and you're not there for yourself. If you're doing it for self-aggrandizement, you should go do something else. I tried often to stay in the background and remind myself that I was there for public service, literally. I was not there I wasn't trying to position myself for something. I was trying to help the community, and also then to be able to share and the importance back and forth across communities. So because of his leadership in the African American communities of color, I was able then to make relationships and cross boundaries on all sorts of issues, get the LGBT community more invested in immigration issues and other issues of concern to communities of color. We were able to get those communities to understand and be more involved in LGBT issues. And it was a much more so than today, robust debate about what the vision of the city should be. And so everything from helping write speeches to determining agendas and which issues we would tackle, and being a bridge and a coalition builder, the same objective, which is to get to the outcomes. I do say, just to wrap up, when I was in the mayor's office, a lot of people give me credit for a lot of things, but I said back at the time, marriage? No, it's not. It's not going to be on our radar for decades. And remember going and doing a debate, and finally turning to this guy, anti-gay person on the other side, and I said, look, for years you criticized us for sleeping around and being unpatriotic, and now all we want to do is get married and go to war. What is, how can you disagree with this? So things really have changed.
Yeah, I had heard that it used to be.
I guess I just don't think in those terms. If I have been able to play a role in helping both the LGBT community and our broader community live up to its better potential, be our better selves through whatever skills and relationships I have, then that's really what it was about. Changing people's lives. We all have the opportunity to do that in our own lives through whatever we can bring to bear. And so it was just important for me that when there were opportunities to serve, I did. And there's a lot more work to be done, so I guess I'm not ready to talk legacy yet. But I hope the next generation keeps both appreciates what's come before, but also fights their own fights. And each generation will try to expand on the dream. And I hope to be able to look back in another 10 years and say, wow, I never would have thought we could get that far. So absolutely, I mentor folks and give talks quite a bit. And what I always say is, first find what you're passionate about, and whether it's in your paid life or your civic life, do it. Go for that and go to your passion. And be willing to walk through doors and take risks. You never know where it's going to lead, but you can't get there to make the change unless you're willing to take the risk. And remember, it's not about you. It's about what you're trying to do. So keep your ego in check, let others get the limelight, and just try to make as many people successful as you can, because that'll serve us all better.